One of the worst things having a credit card and having a low limit on it, maybe like 300, 500 to $1,000. In this video, I'm gonna show you how I went from 3,000 to 10,000 like this. Okay, so in this video I'm gonna answer a few questions, like for example, Tommy, how do I ask, how much do I ask for, and when do I ask? And more importantly, Tommy, what happens if they say no to me? Do I cancel the card? Do I not cancel? Do I stay with them? Do I ask again? What do I do? In this video I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, when to do it, and what to do if it doesn't go your way, okay? Now, on top of that, guys, if you guys don't know me, my name is TommyBryson. I'm an accountant. I upload videos on YouTube every single day. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified. On top of that, do me a favor and smash the like button. And here is a question for you guys, okay? What is your lowest credit line right now up to date out of all your credit cards? Comment down below and let me know. And I remember I had a credit card that had a line of around $1,000, well $3,000, and I took it from $3,000. I called in, asked for an increase, and they raised it all the way up to $10,000, just like this. So comment down below, guys, and let me know what is yours and what do you want to get it up to and why. Now, before I show you guys all my tricks of my trade and everything that I actually do, because all my credit cards are between $5,000 to $10,000. I want you guys to promise me something, okay? I want you guys to promise me, Tommy, I will use these tactics, these rules, to help myself, not handicap myself, and get the credit card companies to win by charging me a ton of interest. So the goal is to get a credit line increase, use all this money to do whatever you want with it, but not to pay interest on it. For example, I use my balance to invest money, make the money, pay back, and I always win. So I want you guys to promise me. I want you guys to always win. Don't let the credit card company win, because when they do give you another, like, $1,000 or $2,000, even $10,000, well, now they have a better chance that you will go into debt and you won't know how to get out of that. Okay, so promise me that. I trust you. Now let's get started into the video and talk about exactly the steps to follow and how to get yourself a credit line increase on whatever card you have. Discover, Chase, whatever it is the same tactic across the board. Now, the first thing I want to answer, guys, is basically, well, Tommy, when do I ask for the credit card increase? Okay, when do I ask? When is the right time? Well, the answer is you can ask at any moment whatsoever, okay? But you don't want to do that, because you want to make sure when you ask, you go inside there and you're going in with all the tools needed to actually get a yes and not a no. Now, it might be, by the way, I've asked for credit line increase like less than a month of getting the card, and I get it. However, that means you have to have a lot of leverage on yourself to actually be able to do that. So I never really recommend that. So Tommy, when is the perfect time to ask for it? The answer is you want to ask between 3 to 6 months of having the credit card. Now, Tommy, why would I wait so long, bro? That's way too long. I need a credit increase right now. I'm in a hurry. Well, the first thing is that you don't want to be desperate. So that's already a bad sign. So you want to make sure you ask between 3 to 6 months. Now, why is this? Well, the answer is, guys, you want to have leverage on them. You want to be like, hey, I'm a good customer. I've been paying for the past 3 months or 6 months. I have a credit history of like a year, 2 years, and I can pay for all this stuff easily, but I can't really use your credit card as I want to because I don't have a high enough credit line. So now you know exactly, you're going into the playing field with a lot of leverage. Now, if you go in there and you ask the first day of getting your credit card, when it arrives to you, they might tell you like, hey, no. Well, I'm going to close my account. Okay, we just had you for 1 day. We don't even know if you're good or not. Okay? So you don't want that to be the case. You want to make sure that when you say, hey, I want my credit line to be increased, to be like, okay, we don't want to lose you. That's awesome. You pay your bills on time. You seem responsible. You want to make sure everything looks like a yes, 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 yes. So it's easier for them to do the job and less likely for you to get a no. A no is not what you want. However, it does come sometimes. I'm going to teach you later on in the video how to get over this loop of saying no and get it from a no to a yes. But before I do that, guys, I do want to say one thing here, okay? You want a credit increase, and that's awesome. But also the credit cards want to give you one. And the reason is because the more money you have available, the more money you like to spend. The more you spend, the harder it is to pay it back. So again, you always understand this, okay? Credit cards want you to spend more money. They want to give you more money because you're getting into debt, but they don't want to give you so much to the point where like, hey, you won't be able to pay us back, and now we have a defaulting account, and we don't want that at all, okay? The concept is they want to give you more money, and you also want to make sure you understand that. So when you say yes, like this, you want to make sure, again, you promised me, okay? You promised me you would win and they would lose, okay? That's the concept here. So if they give you more money, use it to benefit yourself, not to benefit them, go into debt and not be able to get out, okay? That's the only rule I have here, so please make sure to follow it and you will be golden. Now, number 2, guys, Tommy, well, how much do I ask for? You know, I know when to ask. I know when to ask, but Tommy, how much do I actually ask for? And the answer is, it's kind of like your parents, right? You have a parent, or dad or mom, you're like, you know what, daddy, mommy, I want $100, but in reality, you only want 50, so you ask for a little bit more, that way you get somewhere around what you want, okay? They might say like, hey, no, I don't have 100, I'll give you 75, or I'll give you 50, maybe like 25, but if you ask for 50, you definitely wouldn't have gotten 50, okay? Because sometimes they negotiate with you, so you always want to make sure you ask for a little bit more to then get what you want. But Tommy, okay, but what if I want $100,000, okay? I just can't ask for that, to get like 10,000. The answer is no, you're right, you can't ask for so much. You have to be realistic. So what is the realistic amount to actually ask for all the time? There's a realistic way, a medium way, and then a very high way that I've done in the past and has worked for me. However, it is very rare to work for you if you don't have a lot of leverage, okay? Now, the first thing is this, guys. If you are brand new, you have like 3 to 6 months in the card, and you're like, okay, I want to ask them, I don't know how much to ask for. The safety net is around like 10 to 25%. That's pretty fair, pretty average. Now, on what grounds, guys? You might say this, okay? I want this much money because I have, more bills to pay, and I pay with my cash. I want to pay with my credit card. I can't pay. The limit is too low, okay? I want to pay for this. I want the credit line increase because I want more rewards. I want more bonuses. I can't do it with such a low limit line, okay? Oh, I also made more money this year, and I want to be able to put more money on my credit card and less money on cash because I know cash is dead. I don't win with cash, blah, 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 blah. The concept is you always want to make sure you play into what they want to hear. That way you get what you want, okay? Because it's all about communication, guys. Is all about like, what does that person want? How do I get it to them so that I can get what I want, okay? It sounds kind of messed up, but in reality, it's how it works. So the concept is how much to ask for. The safe ask is around like 10 to 25%. Either you want more bonuses, you want a higher credit line so you can actually do more things with it, you want to travel, you want to pay back on time like you do with everything. Because again, if you have a terrible credit score, if you don't pay your bills on time, absolutely, almost like 9 out of 10 times they will say no and they will shut you down, okay? So you want to make sure you go in there with all the tools. I pay on time. I've been here for 3 to 6 months, and I'm going to make sure I pay everything when I have to pay it, okay? That's one of the most important things if you ask me. But tell me, what is the midway, okay? How much should I ask for if I don't want to be safe, okay? Well, the answer is mid is around you want them to match a credit card you actually have. So for example, I have credit cards that only gave me $3,000, $5,000, but other credit cards I have actually give me $10,000. So I might go in there and say, hey, I love this credit card, but I haven't been able to use it to its full potential because my other credit cards give me more money and I could use them, get bonuses also. But because this one's such a low one, I can't really do much. So Tommy, how much are you asking for? Well, the answer is, if this one has $10,000, I also want $10,000 from you guys. Tell me that's too much, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm trying my best here. I'm trying to use your card more often because I like the rewards. But if it's not possible, I get that. It might be a better deal just to cancel everything. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys to say that just yet. Usually, when you say hey, I have a card with 10,000, this could be 10,000 also, there will be more lenience because they know you also have a history with other cards and you do very well and now you have competition. They usually won't get you to that point of canceling just yet, okay? Now, Tommy, how do I go beyond that, okay? How do I ask for so much money and get them to say yes? Well, the answer is the most I've ever asked for is triple my balance. That's a lot. That's around 300%. But the basis was, hey guys, I had a huge income increase. I pay my bills all the time. I want to buy more stuff. I can't do it because the line is so little, okay? I've been with you guys for the past 2 to 3 years, and it doesn't make any sense for me to use this card anymore if my line is so small. Plus, the bonuses have become kind of irrelevant for me because it's only for Apple Rewards now, and it doesn't really make that much sense for me now. Now, when I said all that stuff, and it sounded pretty good on the phone, trust me, they said, hey, Tommy, we're going to see what we can do. Give me a second to talk to my manager. They called in and said, hey, Tommy, does $10,000 sound okay? I was like, Todd, It sounds good. I'm okay with that. And I'm like, wow, these people just give me $10,000. You know what I'm saying? But the concept is, guys, if you are a good customer, if you have everything going for you, like a good credit score, you know, you don't have any late payments, you're not like a delinquent, then you're good to go. They should say yes always. But however, what happens if they say no? Well, I'm going to tell you guys that later on in the video. But for now, I want to tell you guys the script I use every time I call on the phone to get a credit line increase. So what do I say on the phone when I want them to raise my credit line? Well, the answer is this, guys. The script goes like this, okay? The first rule is that you want to calm down and you want to understand you are talking to a human being on the other phone, so you always want to be nice, okay? Be nice, be pleasant to talk to, don't be arrogant. That's not a good look. And you want to make sure you appeal to everything they want to hear. Make their job super easy. Make the yes almost impossible to deny. Okay, so what do you do, Tommy? Well, the answer is you want to go in there and you want to hit all the chords. Okay, you want to say, for example, hey, I'm a good customer, I pay on time, I pay my balance in full, or I always pay more than the minimum. On top of that, I make more money now, and because I make more money, I want to use this card more, but I just can't. I can't use it more because basically the balance is way too low. On top of that, you want to make it stick to them, okay? So when you call in, be like, hey, you know, Brenda, I love this card. I pay on time. I'm a good customer. I always pay beyond the limit, beyond the minimum, and I pay on time always. Okay, so what's the problem here? You know, on top of that, Brenda, you know, I love this card so much. However, though, although I love this cover, I also have a Chase Unlimited card, and they gave me a credit line of $10,000. So how am I supposed to use this card more when the other cards give me a lot more money to use, and thus I can get a lot more points, a lot more rewards? Okay, now I'm paying that card off on time also. However, I want to use your card more often because, again, I love your card rewards. I get a whole bunch of, by the way, you want to make sure you study those rewards. That way you have more leverage. You want to sound like you know exactly what you're talking about. So I might say like, hey, you know, guys, I love the groceries, I love the Amazon, I love the gas, I love every single bonus here, every single perk. However, I can't use it that often because the limit is way too low. So that's why I'm asking to get a credit increase, because again, I can't use the card to its full potential. Now, I've heard people that are just like plain honest and they're like, you know what, I need a credit line increase to help my credit score, and that works sometimes. Or I need a credit card increase because I want to buy flights, and that works sometimes. However, I noticed that more than often appealing to what they want, as long as it's true, because it can't be like, hey, you say you're a good customer, but according to the documents and according to the record here, you have missed like 10 payments or like 20 payments. I'm like, no way, I'm not gonna give you any money, okay? So the concept is you want to appeal to everything they want to hear to make the job a lot more easier, okay? That's the entire concept when it comes to asking for a credit line increase. So again, just to summarize, guys, everything here, you want to make sure you qualify. Once you qualify, you want to know how much to ask for. Once you know how much to ask for, you want to know how to ask. The script I just gave you, also have the entire description down below to check it out if you want to, okay? Now, number 4, guys, is basically, well, Tommy, what happens if I do everything you're saying and they still say no to me? Well, the answer is it can happen. It's happened to me in the past, and I've always gone from a no to a yes, so I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. Now, the first thing is to analyze exactly why did they say no to you? Are you qualified? Did you ask for too much? Or did you say something wrong? Are you being mean on the phone? Are you being like way too demanding? Like, what's going on? Okay, so you want to ask yourself exactly what is going on and why did they say no instead of yes. So once you understand exactly why they're saying no, then you can choose one of these 3 options. Now option number 1 is this, guys. You can keep the credit card open and say like, okay, I understand, I'll come back in 3 to 6 months and ask again, and let's see what happens, okay? Now, that's option A. Now, option number 2 is you would negotiate. You would be like, hey, you know, what's going on? How can we make this happen? And why is it a no? And they'll tell you why exactly, and you can go on to say like, hey, you know, I earn enough money, I make a lot of money, I pay all my cards on time, I don't understand what the problem is, okay? And you can go beyond that. Now, if that doesn't work, if you can't negotiate, you don't want to wait, and you're like, okay, you can go to option number 3. Number 3 is an extreme, okay? Be ready for this one. This is hardball. You're going to say like, hey, Discover, you don't want to give me a credit line increase? Well, I'm going to cancel the card right now. Cancel the card. They'll usually transfer you to someone else. And when they transfer you to someone else, they'll say like, hey, what's going on? What do you want to cancel? I want to cancel because I spoke to a representative. I explained to them like, hey, I love this card. I use it all the time. However, the line is too low and I can't use it enough because I use another card more than this one, even though you guys have better rewards. Okay, Tommy, how can I help? Okay. Usually, once you get to the cancel part, they'll probably say yes. Now, you have to be willing. Okay, this is hard because it's very tough. Okay, you have to be willing to go almost to the brink of them canceling your accounts because you never know how far you can actually dive them in. Okay, so the concept is you have to be willing to walk out at any moment, because if you look like you're like just bluffing, it won't work. Okay, so you have to be like, all right, so if this isn't gonna work, I understand. Can you cancel the card? I'm gonna take my business somewhere else. Okay, I understand, it's fine. Okay, now usually say yes. We'll try to give you 10, 20%, maybe 50%, and you can go on and be happy about it. Or you can be like, all right, I just want to cancel anyways, and you can cancel if you want to. Now, once you cancel, it's over. Okay, you canceled. However, guys, I never recommend you actually cancel if that's one of your cards with the longest history, because that will hurt your credit a ton. So the concept is you're bluffing, but you're serious also. Okay, that's what I recommend when you want to increase your credit line. So again, just to summarize everything, guys, here, you want to make sure you're qualified. You ask between 10 to 25%. On top of that, you want to make sure you know what to say by following the script down below. And if they say no, you negotiate, you wait, or you cancel. Okay? That's the extreme to get to what you want. And that's basically it, guys. When it comes to a credit card and asking for an increase, these are steps to follow. Now, comment down below and let me know, are you going to try this? Or are you like, no, I don't want to do it? Now, comment down below, guys, also, if you want me to call live and actually try all this stuff out and show you guys exactly what happens when I actually call and try out what I'm telling you guys. Okay, so comment down below if you want that video. I'll make it happen. I'll get to work. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, like the video, really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified. On top of that, if you want to talk to me one-on-one, uno, just DM me on Instagram, TommyBryson. And before you go, if you want to watch a video, for example, on the top credit cards when it comes to balance transfers, very important, by the way, watch this video right here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel right here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and peace.